What is your American dream?
My American dream is that, we have peace and equality for all. That we stop this border walls. Don't build walls, build bridges, as the Pope says. And I go along with what he says. That we open the doors to America, not just to special people.
I'm pursuing my dream that I've always had since I was a child and never could, which is to be a full-time musician. So I am living my dream.
I have my American dream. My father came here with $35 in his pocket. He died a millionaire, so that was my American dream.
My American dream. Take the lotto.
My American dream is to bring Little Italy back to what it was and to continue doing what we're doing.
I feel like my American dream is to be able to make art that represents all of America, not just the white middle to upper class America, so that people can see themselves represented and can see themselves as American and feel like everyone has a place here.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! It's so cold out. It's so cold out. It's colder than a nudist on an iceberg. It's so cold. It's colder than the tip of a yakut's nose. It's so cold. Sweaters need sweaters. The weather outside is so cold. It's making Donald Trump's heart look warm. That was a good one, right? That was a real bird. Just hanging out here in the park with my friends the squirrels, coming up with different analogies for the cold weather. It's so cold, my friends the squirrels are wearing long underwear. Everybody's been giving me a real hard time. They want to know, because I'm a groundhog, how much longer winter's gonna be. Well, excuse me. It's not February 2nd Groundhog Day yet. I've tried to get you answers. I called my Uncle Phil in Puxatawny. I called my buddy Chuck in Staten Island. And guess what? They're still sleeping. No one's picking up the phone. They're still hibernating. Why? Because they're intelligent groundhogs, not like me. I'm the only groundhog freak out there not hibernating right now. Listen, on February 2nd, which is coming up, it's on Saturday, all us groundhogs, we're either going to see our shadows or not, and then we're going to let you know how much longer winter's going to be. But I can't tell you right now. We have to wait till Saturday. All I know right now is I'm bundled up trying to keep my friends the squirrels happy and warm. Because I'm lucky I live inside in Spar and Bernstein. But these guys, they just have trees and stuff. Not as heated. Anyway, did you miss yesterday's episode of Brad Show Live? Well, in case you did, we covered Ravi Rogbeer, who is the executive director of New Sanctuary Coalition here in New York City. As he had to check in with ICE, everyone was very concerned he was going to be put into deportation. But he had lots of people around him supporting him, and luckily, he was able to check in and has to come back in 6 months. No deportation. And Yonathan went out on the street for another installment of Who Invented It? Immigrant born or American? And once again, the answers were not as easy as people thought. People got stumped. Stumped, get it? That's a tree reference. Anyway, now's the time you've all been waiting for. It's Brad Show Live on Wednesday, Hump Day, starring Brad, Bernstein, and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias. Enjoy. I'm gonna go inside and get warm now. Maybe some cocoa. Okay, see ya. Hoo-hoo, cocoa.
Welcome, everybody. Wednesday, January 30th, the coldest day of the year. Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Woo!
It is cold outside.
It's cold outside. Yes, it is.
How cold is it? It is colder in Chicago that it is in Antarctica today.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
Is
that insanity?
I was in Chicago on Saturday.
Was it insanity coldness?
It was 1 degree when I landed.
Okay, but
and
now
it's like negative 17.
Yeah, now a lot of airports are closed. We're going to get to that in our schmooze.
Yeah,
but first,
was not fun.
But first, we got to say hello to Jasmine McDonald. Happy Hump Day. Oh, that's right. It is Hump Day.
Oh.
How did I forget that?
Because there's 2 guys on the show right now.
Yeah, that's right. It's very hard to do Hump Day without a woman here in the middle, right? It's a little weird.
Yeah, stay over there.
Can we change Hump Day to like tomorrow when Kim's back?
Maybe we need to do that.
We should do it, right? Maybe we should have Throwback Thursday today and Hump Day.
Way Back Wednesday.
And Thump Day. Thursday. Sounds like a good plan. Jasmine McDonald, happy Hump Day. Lynn Brown, what's up? And Tamika Nelson, Pauline Williams saying hello. Marcia Martin Hartley. Lolitha Platt, squad up family. Squad up, Lolith. Dane C. Welcome says, hey, Brad, hope you guys are keeping warm. We are, because we are inside, but it is cold outside.
It is.
Esla Leslie, squad up family. And who else we have here? Carol Anderson, the Tiger, says, Sam, hi, squad up. Nicola Kramer, pop it in there, saying hello. Lisa Bling Rose says, hi, Lynn. Sisha, Kennedy, Abigail, Reginald, Jasmine, Marcia, Lolitha, squad up to all of them.
Yeah.
Mia Montauk, First Lady Leah, and Jessica Kalimi Joeli. Jessica Kalimi Joeli.
Gotta love that.
Gotta love that. Squad up, Jessica Kalimi. Dionne Watson, Pauline Williams, Jenny Goldberg, Abigail Taylor Watson, and of course on YouTube. How can we forget YouTube?
Never can.
It's very Afzaleh watches all the time, but on Hump Day, Afzaleh is always the first person to comment on Hump Day. I mean, he's getting front row seats on Hump Day. Afzaleh. He says, "Squad up to the scholar of immigration, Mr. Brad and team." That's very nice.
I like that.
And Carol Anderson, the Tigress, says, "Hi, Brad, Kim, Yonathan, Sam, one love, Leda Leah. What's going on?" Cordella Douglas. Lexi and Tringo Forster says, hey, Brad, have a great evening. I know this show will be great. I hope so. Princess Black, squad up, Yo-Yo, and Kimmy Kim. Ja Love says, hello, everybody. Tanisha Tennant, pop it in there. Eulette Wilson and Bevan Smith, squad up, happy Hump Day. Back it up, Ricky, pop it in there. Danny Contreras. Contrary.
Contreras.
I don't know. And Nad Z.
You said Marcine Fraser?
I did not. I didn't see her.
Marcine, what's up?
What else?
I like this little close-up.
Who else did I miss?
I like this close-up with just me.
Who else did I miss?
Huh? Oh.
You can have a... Jonathan, just go stare into space for a little bit. It's fine while I get ready.
Come on closer. Come closer. Hey. All right.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. Yonathan making love to the camera. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we ask everybody to, by the way, back it up on me, okay? I'm the opposite.
You're looking good.
I'll back it up. A little further. Yeah, there you go. And before we go to schmoozing, Yonathan, Yo-Yo Elias, tell everybody that they will get absolutely, positively nothing, nada, zip. Zilch.
Yeah.
Bupkis.
Bupkis?
Bupkis.
What language is that?
Yiddish.
Bupkis.
Bupkis. Nothing. Nada.
We said that at the same time. That was pretty cool.
For sharing.
All right,
they will
guys.
get nothing from me at all.
Yeah, you guys will get nothing from Brad for sharing, and that's only because
you really
haven't been sharing.
Share.
Please prove to him that you guys can share, and you already know how to do that. Just press the little arrow on the bottom right-hand side. It says share, and share it to people's pages, their Instagram pages. You could also Instagram them that also, and you can go to different groups. You can send them through WhatsApp, and then also on YouTube, just copy the link and send that as well. Send it as a blast. You could also email it to people. I mean, just prove to Brad that you guys can share, all right?
You know what? I don't even need proof that they had a share. I believe that I really believe this now. Most of the people who watch our show have no hands. It's just a bunch of stumps They have, because if they had hands and fingers, they would share.
But you could still share with stumps.
With like an elbow maybe or something. Or take your nose. You can take your nose, right?
You could do it. You could do it with
your
nose.
But right now, I think that they got stumps.
You guys, please, just share. Just share out the kindness of your heart. It is cold outside, so warm it up with sharing.
And by the way, you share on YouTube by sending the link into people's WhatsApp.
Yes.
You can send it to text message, emails, tell people. We're going to be answering your immigration questions shortly. But in the meantime, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, as you're taking your cup of water there, we have a graphic with a little coffee called Schmooze It with Brad.
I thought it was going to be a graphic of me like drinking alcohol or something.
A graphic of you drinking alcohol?
I don't know.
Why would we have a graphic of you? Why would I have a graphic of you? Why would I have a graphic of you drinking alcohol?
I don't know, because I'd be kind of drunk on Instagram sometimes. So.
I noticed that. I see you're shirtless a lot on Instagram stories lately.
Motivation.
You have no shirt on Instagram stories. I've seen that a lot. And you know what I do? Next story.
How does it make you feel?
Next story. Next story. I don't need to see this guy shirtless.
It's hump day, guys.
All right. Meanwhile, we said it is colder in Chicago today than it is in Antarctica, but it was brought to my attention that it's summer in Antarctica. But it's still Antarctica.
Right.
Okay. Chicago is going to get down to overnight tonight, not wind chill. Literally the temperature, because usually they say the temperature, is 5 degrees, but it feels like -10.
Yeah.
Chicago tonight will be the coldest on record in modern history in Chicago. They predict it will be -27 degrees Fahrenheit in Chicago. And just water freezes at 32 Fahrenheit for those people who don't know Fahrenheit and only know Celsius. So that's almost 50 degrees below freezing Fahrenheit in Chicago. At comparative, Antarctica will be -1 degrees overnight, it's predicted.
That's
so
the
Chicago,
summer in Antarctica?
That's the summer in Antarctica. But Antarctica, where the penguins live. Okay, you know who lives in Antarctica? Penguins and a bunch of scientists in big parkas.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, I hate penguins.
It's going to be 26 degrees warmer than Chicago, Illinois. Now,
that's crazy.
Now, I will tell you the good news and the bad news.
What?
Okay, the good news is, Yonathan, that we're in New York and not in Chicago.
Yes.
Okay, the bad news is that weather from Chicago heads to New York.
Oh, does it?
I don't know if it's going to get -27, but that weather's
definitely not.
But that weather's heading our way, Jonathan.
Oh my God.
Okay, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to stop it.
When I was in Chicago on Saturday, it would rain just a little bit, and as the windshield wiper would wipe the water from the windshield, it would turn straight into ice. Like you could see crystals forming right away.
I know what you're talking about.
It's crazy.
Meanwhile, it is so crazy out there that the U.S. Postal Service will not be delivering mail on Wednesday in at least 10 states due to this crippling cold. The United States Postal Service announced there will be no mail in Michigan, Iowa, Minnesota, North and South Dakota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania.
Wow.
So for all of those waiting for my check in the mail, you will just have to wait that much longer.
Are you sending out checks?
To those people in those states, yes, because they're not getting the mail anyway. Now, some retail offices of the Postal Service will be open, but couriers will not be bringing mail. So in other words, the offices of the Postal Service will be open.
So they can go and get their mail?
They can go get their mail, but you can't. But they're not going to have, there's going to be no guy in United States Postal Service shorts in the little white truck going around.
Right.
It's too cold.
Sheesh.
It's too cold. On Wednesday, by the way, I said it's going to be colder than Antarctica. Chicago's also going to be colder than Alaska, and it's also going to be colder than the North Pole.
Sheesh. Where Santa lives.
Correct. In other news, Santa will be moving to Chicago tomorrow. The Windy City's high temperature is expected below 27. Factoring in wind chill, it is going to be -55 degrees in Chicago overnight. Wow. -55 wind chill. That's crazy.
Can you even live like outside?
No, you can't. It's going to be instant frostbite. You can't live out. So homeless people are going to have a big problem. People who are homeless. even anywhere,
man.
even here in New York. But I mean, in Chicago, that's death.
God.
That's death.
Like overnight.
Overnight, that's death. You can't live outside in that temperature.
That's scary.
Now, go back to the Postal Service, because they're supposed to deliver through their motto. Their motto is through rain, sleet, snow, they're going to deliver the mail. But now the Postal Service, they don't have the motto anymore. Okay? So it's actually never been the Postal Service's motto, through rain, sleet, they will deliver. It's only been chiseled on the entrance of the New York City Post Office on 8th Avenue, and people thought that was the motto of the Post Office all over the country. Did you hear that? Through rain, sleet, snow, the Post Office will always, something to that effect. Oh, here
I
it
did
is.
hear about that.
Here
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Here it is. This is their motto that is over.
Yeah.
Neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds.
Right,
So
I have
that
heard
was
that.
so that was everybody thought. Here's a little Bradshaw Live trivia. So everybody thought that was the United States Postal Service's motto since the inception of time.
Right.
Okay. And by the way, you know who the first postmaster was? Benjamin Franklin. That's how far back. Benjamin Franklin was the first postmaster of the United States Postal Service. You know who he is? The guy who
I know.
put the kite up in the air,
electricity.
And then electricity.
Yeah.
He was also the first postmaster. So that's as far back as the Postal Service goes. And everybody always believed neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their approved rounds. But apparently that is not their motto.
It's not true.
It's just on the top of the post office on 8th Avenue, and everyone thought it was their motto. Meanwhile, with all of this cold temperature, Donald Trump has weighed in and is claiming now that global warming must be a hoax. Yes, he took to Twitter. He said, in the beautiful Midwest, this is what DT says. Little orange witch of the East Coast.
Yeah.
He says, in the beautiful Midwest, wind chill temperatures are reaching minus 60 degrees. Lie, it's minus 55. The coldest ever recorded. In coming days, expected to get even colder. People can't last outside even for minutes. True. What the hell is going on with this global warming? And he didn't even call it warming. He called it whamming, because he doesn't know how to spell. Now, Trump's analysis, okay, of these frosty temperatures, do you know where his analysis falls a little short?
Where?
Because global warming does not refer to weather.
Weather, right.
It refers to climate. Okay? There is a difference between weather and climate. Weather is what we experience at this moment. Climate is what the historical factors are.
Right.
And the historical factors are that the Earth, it is a scientific fact. There is no need that we need to protest science, because it is a scientific fact. Earth has gotten 4 degrees warmer over the last 20 years, in average. Global warming is a misnomer in the sense that people say, oh, everywhere must be getting hotter. What happens with weather is it should really be called global weirding, not global warming. Because although on average the Earth is getting warmer, and this is a scientific fact, it is also all of these emissions and coal emissions and carbon dioxides and carbon oxygens and whatever, all these carbon whatever or other that goes up in the air is releasing. It is causing erratic temperatures around the globe.
And this is erratic.
So this is erratic. So just as Chicago, by the way, just as Chicago, I don't know if we have it here or not, but maybe you can Google it while I'm talking. Just as Chicago is experiencing the coldest weather on record, Australia is experiencing the hottest. So had Donald Trump been visiting Australia, perhaps in Sydney or Auckland, rather than Washington, D.C., he would be saying, wow, maybe this global warming has something. It's really hot here.
Golly.
So, as reported by CBS News, some professional climate scientists say that there is a vortex that may be caused by rising temperatures in the North Pole, but in the South it is getting warmer. Meanwhile, Mexico's largest airline is now trolling the United States with a brilliant advertisement. Because Americans are not going to Mexico anymore.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They're not going to Mexico anymore. As a matter of fact, you want to know something interesting?
Isn't Cancun in Mexico?
Yes. You know something interesting? Well, just on average. You know?
On average.
On average. You know something interesting is that I was in a store today, and I was being helped by this Latin American Hispanic lady. A very nice lady. And I was talking to her, and she was helping me pick out different stuff for stuff that I would need.
Okay.
Things that I would need. She's a very lovely lady.
Okay.
She finally sits me down, takes my credit card, and we're talking. And she says, "What do you do?" I says, "I'm an immigration lawyer." She goes, "Oh, I don't need any help." I go, "I didn't think you would need help."
Right.
She goes, "You wouldn't believe a lot of people come into my store and they say they hear my name because her name was a very, I don't want to call out her name because I don't,
Right.
but it was obviously a very Hispanic sounding
Right.
name, and they say to her, 'I don't want to deal with a Mexican. Do you have American?'"
What?
And I said, "Did somebody really say that?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "And I'm not Mexican."
Right.
And I said, "Let me guess, you're Puerto Rican." She goes, "Exactly."
Wow.
So I go, "You're American."
Right.
So why don't you say I'm an American? And I go, "And how insulting is that if you were Mexican?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "You wouldn't believe that what people say these days now, ever since Donald Trump has become president."
Wow.
So you don't even, I'm a white male. I don't know if you noticed.
I mean, you got a little. Sometimes you tan.
I tan, but still a white guy. Even when I tan, it's not. So I don't see this. I only hear it secondhand. But I can't believe I would get really angry if that was.
I know. Imagine if that was your life every day.
Every day.
Every day.
So now Mexico is trolling Trump, Mexican Airlines. So they're saying that they will give a discount to any American as long as that American takes a DNA test, and if they have any Mexican heritage in them, they will give that percentage of a discount on the airplane flight.
That is hilarious.
So for example, okay, if you take your DNA and it turns out that you have 5% Mexican heritage, they will give you 5% off.
What?
If you're 50%, you just have to take your DNA. It's $23.
Are you
If you're
serious?
50% Mexican, they'll give you 50. So they're saying there's so many Americans who have Mexican DNA.
Wow.
Now, how do you know it's Mexican and not something else? I have no idea, but apparently you're able to do it.
Wow.
Here's the video. Let's watch.
You're 22% Mexican.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit.
So you get 22% off to fly to Mexico.
Oh, come on now. Seriously? So what if I want to take my wife?
Wait, was he
What
really?
was this? What I just watched?
Wait, was he really mad?
He was mad.
Right.
He was mad. He was mad, but then he got a discount, so he's like, "All right, I'm happy I'm Mexican."
That's sick, though.
Now, apparently, Siberian Airlines is doing the same thing for Yakets. So
yeah,
if,
I was about to say.
So
yeah,
if you
right.
so I will get 1% off flying to Siberia.
Look at your ancestors.
That's my ancestors right there. They're as cold as we are today. All right, I should know, how to live like that.
Right.
And with that, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, we have to get to immigration questions. But more importantly, it's hump day.
Woo!
It's hump day.
It's hump day.
Oh, look at her.
Look at him go.
It's hump day.
Look at him go.
Where do you think? Oh.
It's hump day.
There he goes.
I like that.
There we like it.
I like that.
It's hump day.
Where do you think he was running to?
What?
Where did you think he was running to?
I don't know where he was running to.
Home to his wife.
Because it's hump day.
Because it's hump day.
Because it's hump day. Now, Yonathan, you have a Fitbit, right?
No, but it's an Apple Watch.
Right, so, but it checks your...
Yes.
Like, what does it do? Tell me what it does.
It checks like
your heart rate,
how much you've exercised, when you need to move, stand up.
Does it count your steps, for example?
Yeah.
Okay, so they now have a new device. It's not made by Fitbit, but they're calling it a type of Fitbit. It's called the Icon, i.con. Let me tell you what the Icon does. It is a smart condom.
What?
Yeah, it's a smart condom. It's the first artificial intelligent condom. And what it does, it's a ring. that you put over your erect penis, Yonathan? I can't believe I'm having a conversation with you about this. Where's Kim when we need her?
Right.
Where's Kim when we need her? Who's giving me this stuff? So, Yonathan, you would take your erect penis and you would put on this smart condom. And what it would do, it's the Fitbit for penises. And it gives you all the statistics you would ever need to know.
I can't.
Jonathan, it would give you all the statistics
What
you would
statistics?
ever need to know about your erect penis. For example, it will answer such questions. You can't make this stuff up, Jonathan. It will answer such questions that I've always wondered after having sex with a woman.
Yeah.
All right? I've always wondered, what's my thrust velocity?
Get out of here.
How fast are my thrusts? They may, it may say, you know what, you're a little below average. You got to go a little faster.
Gotta go
pick
a little
up,
harder.
Pick it up. How many calories did you just burn?
Oh, that's good.
How many times did I have sex this week, just in case you forget? Because you're having sex so many times.
So much.
You may forget how many in that 1 week. What is the average skin temperature of my penis?
What? But why do you need to know all this?
How big is my penis? What is the length? What is the girth? What is the width? And how many different positions did I just do in one sexual session? Now, all of this will be transmitted right to your Apple Watch.
What?
Yes. So it'll sync with your Apple Watch. It will sync with your phone.
Is this an Apple device?
It is an Apple.
It's an Apple product?
It's not an Apple product, but it syncs to Apple. The Ring will compile all these stats on a daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly basis. It will even also tell you whether you just contracted syphilis or chlamydia.
Really?
Yeah, it will start vibrating if that happens.
Are you serious?
I am not. Yeah, like as soon as you come into contact with syphilis or gonorrhea, go bzz, bzz, bzz.
That would be kind of embarrassing for the girl. I was like, my penis just detected something.
Now, it's only a 1-year warranty, so if it starts buzzing after 1 year, the girl may have say, no, that thing needs to be fixed. The warranty is up already.
Oh, God. Are you going to get one?
No. No. Now, when it comes out, Yonathan, I am not going to get one. But they claim there are 96,000 people that have already pre-ordered it. The condom Fitbit.
That's ridiculous.
Now.
Ridiculous.
Now, of course, there is a lawyer, not me. Okay,
let's be clear.
Let's be clear. This ain't me. Okay, but there is a top lawyer who was caught watching porn by workers at a rival law firm across the street.
Ooh, across the street from here?
Not from here.
Oh.
The partner was filmed viewing hardcore clips by workers at the rival law office across the street. This happened in Holborn, England. Oh. They have 2 law firms there. They are rivals. And one has filmed the other one watching porn. The spokesperson said that the senior lawyer watching this pornography has now agreed to leave his job.
What?
It is understood that the lawyer, who has not been named, was allowed to resign his position to avoid a formal disciplinary complaint and lose his license by watching pornography while at work.
Well, that's against the law?
Apparently in England. One colleague of his said, seems a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with porn. We all need a break from work occasionally. Another blamed the man who turned the porn watcher in. The guy who reported him clearly lacks any empathy. Any normal person would simply mind their business and go back to work rather than watching and getting triggered enough to report the goings-on at another law firm. What do you think, Yonathan?
It's not...
Excuse me 1 second. Let me just shut this off because it's getting... Oh, I was watching some porn over
here. Oh, no, don't be watching while you next to me, brother. But isn't it illegal to film somebody without them knowing?
I don't know what the laws are in England.
How is it not illegal to film somebody jacking off on porn and it's illegal for you to watch porn? It's backwards.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
Let me tell you, if I found out who that was, you're going to catch these hands. Like, we're fighting.
You're going to have a fight with him.
Absolutely.
Why are you so angry and having fights all the time? You're not an angry guy. You're such a happy-go-lucky guy.
I am a happy-go-lucky.
Stop being angry.
Until
Stop being
someone
angry.
disrespects. That's his that's his livelihood. How about his family? How's he gonna make money now? Just because of porn?
Jeff Bosey said they must have just been working on a really hard case. Meanwhile, a 33-year-old man who was suffering from back pain came up with a very unique way to cure his back pain.
Oh, I would like to know.
Most people would go either have a surgery or go for physical therapy, perhaps go to a chiropractor, go to a masseuse for a massage, right? Acupuncture.
Because I have a bad back.
All legitimate ways.
I would like to know.
But this man decided instead to masturbate and inject himself in the arm with his own semen, believing that would cure his back pain. And over the course of 18 months, this man injected himself 18 different times. This man is from Dublin, Ireland. And after the 18th time, he was hospitalized.
Yeah, you think?
He was hospitalized with small red papules on his right arm from injecting semen into his body again and again and again. The man eventually revealed, because the hospital's like, what the hell's going on here? All right, so the man eventually revealed that he was injecting himself to try to get rid of his back pain. Nobody really knows why he chose to do that. What? I would call that delusional.
How do you...
In other stupid news, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, because the news
just stressing me out.
Yonathan, the news just gets stupider and stupider as I'm looking through these cards. Okay, in other stupid news, a woman was arrested in Kazan, Russia, after being refused a loan. And what she was doing was, after she was refused a loan, she tried to convince the bank manager to approve the loan by stripping in front of him. Yulia Kuzmina, who is reportedly in her mid-20s, went to a bank in Kazan, Russia.
Oh, that's her?
I don't know if that's her. The capital city of Taratstan in western Russia, to secure a new loan for a new car. She filled out all the forms, but unfortunately, since she was unemployed, the bank did not give her the loan.
Listen.
After pleading, one second, we have video, but after pleading with the loan manager, Kuzmina decided to take matters into her own hands and used her hands to strip naked. We have a video. Let's watch. Here she goes, Yonathan.
Oh my God.
She's taking off her clothes for the bank loan.
Listen.
There she goes.
Oh my God.
Yep. The video went viral on Russian social network.
Times are hard.
Right.
Listen.
And she's like, times are hard. I'm gonna get you hard.
I'm gonna get you hard.
Right. So the video went viral. The video went viral on Russian social network, the Kontatke. And Kuzmina can be seen sitting on a desk at the Kazan Bank, the name of which has not been disclosed, opposite a young male loan officer. After having her application denied, the young woman stands up, takes off her short dress, but the bank manager keeps his cool and still shakes his head no.
Is that him trying to cover her up?
He then shows her out of the bank. The Daily Mail reports that after the video went viral, Ms. Kuzmina confirmed the incident to the press. It's a difficult situation. Those who do not judge me don't know the problems that I have. I thought by taking off my dress, I would solve my problems.
That's very unfortunate that that's what she felt like she had to do.
Yes. But, all right. And finally.
Oh, Lord.
Finally, because it just doesn't end. The stupidity does not end. Okay. Well, there is a woman, Kim Anami. She is now becoming famous throughout the internet and social media. She is a 48-year-old intimacy coach, but she is a vagina weightlifter. She claims she can lift up to 10 pounds with nothing but her vagina. And she can have up to 20 orgasms lifting these 10 pounds, Yonathan. She has attached, what she does is she attaches objects to a jade egg, which she inserts into her vagina and holds it in place using her pelvic muscles. Anami, who describes herself as a holistic sex and relationship expert, vaginal weightlifter, and a surfer. That's her expertise.
What?
Right,
is that a guitar?
This is how, wait a second. I'm just laughing. She describes herself as a holistic sex and relationship expert, a vaginal weightlifter, and a surfer. She started practicing what she calls the vaginal kung fu 20 years ago. She started off with little weights, a couple of ounces, and she has built up her vagina to now be able to lift up to 10 pounds.
That's crazy.
Her vagina is stronger than my biceps.
Right.
All right.
Wouldn't you be scared?
I would be terrified. I would be terrified.
What?
You know what? I would be like, you know what? Please don't hurt me.
Right.
Right? Please don't hurt me.
Oh, she could like legit just go.
Now, for anybody who doesn't believe this, you can go to her Instagram account and watch her lift with her vagina at hashtag things I lift with my vagina.
Get out of here.
That is
soy sauce?
God. That looks like a beer.
A wine bottle?
That looks like a beer.
No, it's a wine bottle. She's at a winery.
All right, so just go. All right, just Yonathan, just go to hashtag things I lift with my vagina.
I definitely will.
And it shows her lifting everything from a surfboard to fruit, and even a lute in Morocco. What is a lute?
Why don't you go on her page and find out?
It's a musical instrument.
Yeah, that's what I said. It looked like a guitar.
She calls herself the multi-orgasmic woman and is on a mission to teach everybody to lift with their vaginas.
What?
I wish Kim was here, because Kim, if Kim was here,
you can't ask her.
Oh, I would have asked her to go find this woman out and go interview her.
Right.
I would have sent Kim for an interview.
I guarantee you Kim would do it.
Kim would go interview this woman.
Yes.
So she writes on her website.
Where is she at?
I don't know. We have to go.
We need to go
to hashtag things I live with my vagina.
And then we're going to find out where this lady is so Kim can go and try this out.
So she writes on her website, Yonathan, as a modern-day sexual savant.
Mm-hmm.
It is my experience that nearly every woman has a weak, underperforming, under-pleasuring vagina. You can't tune into your sexual energy and sexual pleasure until you start lifting weights with your vagina. Amani wants to now find a male counterpart to start teaching the male counterpart how to lift things with his penis.
I can't.
Yonathan, would you like to go interview for this job?
No, thank you.
I would let you leave the desk here and go trade with Miss Anami for a while.
Yeah, I'm good.
Would you want to train?
No, I'm good.
You can bring the Fitbit with you.
You're right.
Yes. She offers workshops for those who are interested, by the way, while she's still looking for her male counterpart. She does offer workshops that include an 8-week female vagina empowerment program called the Well Fucked Woman.
What?
That's what she calls it. She also offers orgasmic enlightenment retreats for 6 days of sensual exploration with all sorts of things you could lift with your vagina.
Oh, that's very interesting. Amazing. Amazing.
Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias. That has to end Hump Day right there, right?
You ended on a very powerful note.
On a very powerful
and
note.
Strong note.
Oh my God! I would, if that woman was like in a bedroom with me, I'd be like, "Where's the door?
Can I
please leave?"
No, you better do that secretly.
Oh my God!
I don't want to get her mad.
All right, so while I take a break here 1 second, tell people that what they're going to get for absolutely doing nothing but sitting on their hands.
Yes, guys. All right, we are currently at 50 shares. So please, all you have to do to share is click on that little arrow right under the video. Share that to different people's pages. Share it to Instagram. You can, like I said, you can IG them. You can DM them. Send it to their inbox. Send it on to different groups. And also on YouTube. Please copy the link. Send it in WhatsApp. Send it as an email blast. Do whatever you got to do so we can make this show popping. You know what I mean? We got to get people to call in. That's what makes the show, right? So make sure you do that.
And there you got it, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to talk about something else right now. It's called Your Immigration Questions. Call right now with your immigration questions. That's the end of Hump Day.
Yeah.
There will be no more vagina talk until next Wednesday.
Aww.
Sorry. Let's go to Mufu in the Bronx. Mufu. Where's my... I don't hear Mufu. Mufu? I don't hear anything.
Either.
Why am I not hearing anything?
You hear me?
Now I hear you. Okay. What's going on, Mufu?
Yeah, I just have one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time when I came here, the state, I filed an asylum. The second one, my wife one give me the paper. I filed everything. But then now, when I'm checking online, I check with my reset my green card reset number. I can see nothing. The second question is
You filed for asylum and you don't see anything online about your case?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but you're in the Bronx. Come down with what you did, and we will go look into it and figure out what's going on. I don't know why you don't see anything online. I don't have the answer for you. It's not like, I would know, oh, you don't see anything online. It's obviously A, B, and C. I have no idea. But bring what you have. We'll look into your case. I don't know why you don't see anything online.
No, that's my married case.
Your married case you don't see online? Oh,
I see the I-131.
That's the advance parole.
It's not updated because when I'm filing.
Okay, so Mofo, Mofo, I don't know what you're looking at, and I don't know what you did, but I can tell you.
Okay.
One second. Stop.
Lawyer,
Stop.
You
Stop.
have somebody speak very.
All right, Mofo, just listen to me. Okay, just listen. I don't know what you're looking at online. All right, I'm not even sure you were talking about asylum, then you were talking about advanced parole and a marriage. You are in the Bronx. It takes you 45 minutes to come downtown Manhattan. Bring what you have, make a consultation. Okay, let's go to Onyeka in Denver. Onyeka.
Yeah. How you doing, sir?
What's going on?
Yeah, I have a little situation here. I've been curious and worried. So I filed my M400 last year. So apparently, my daughter was being bad lately because she's in grade 2. So I spanked her. So when I spanked her, she
some sort of child
went to school.
Right.
Yeah.
You told the teacher, and they had child services come and investigate you, and you got arrested for child abuse.
So the PD came. They summoned me by citing me to come to court. So I went to court on
Was your child taken
January
away from
9.
you? Was your child taken away from you?
No, she wasn't.
Now, I want to say this because I've seen this a lot. Where are you from, Onyeka?
I'm from Nigeria.
Okay,
Sir.
so Yonathan.
Yes.
Okay, in certain parts of the world, it is okay to give corporal punishment to a child. It's acceptable. Perhaps even in Nigeria. I don't know enough about Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay, but in certain parts of the world, it's okay to do. Now, what happens, unfortunately, where it's not okay to do it is in the United States of America. That is a crime to give corporal punishment to a child. People get arrested like Onyeka. And he's saying, what did I do wrong? I'm just raising my child. But
my dad is Nigerian, so
right,
I get
but it's not, because I've heard stories where people would take out the belt and hit their child, and where they come from, that's acceptable.
Very.
But it's not acceptable here in the United States.
Right.
And when in Rome, you got to do what the Romans do.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, this now turns into a criminal situation for him.
Yes.
So what happened?
So now my question is, my M400 application has been scheduled for interview. So is this, and the criminal lawyer that I hired was kind of telling me that the DA doesn't want to dismiss it. The DA is talking about deferred judgment. So
well, if you're found guilty of anything, you're not going to become a citizen. While the case is pending, you're not going to become a citizen. The only way you would become a citizen is if it gets dismissed. Otherwise, you're not going to become a citizen. Maybe go for I'm not a criminal defense attorney in Denver, Colorado, but what I would suggest is go for a second consultation with a second criminal defense attorney and see if the second criminal defense attorney agrees with the first one. Because you want to have this case dismissed. I understand what happened. Where you come from, it's okay, but in America, it's not. It's a crime. And you may even be found guilty of something that makes you deportable. I don't know. But if your criminal defense attorney is saying you have to plead guilty to something, then I would, at the bare minimum, go and get a second opinion.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
welcome.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to Nicole in Long Island. Nicole.
Hello.
How you doing?
Not bad.
What's going on?
I have a question here, Brad. It's concerning my son. He's married with a daughter, about 8-9 years now, and his child went through immigration, and they approved it and gave him a temporary green card for 2 years. However, he got sick. He has a mental problem, and he has been in and out of the hospital for the last 8 years. However, 3 years ago, we put back in the file, and they responded to us, approve it, and they also gave him a 1-year traveling document, but it was on paper.
Your
So
son
we
was,
didn't
your
let
son, well, let me just understand, because I'm trying to understand. Your son was in a mental institution.
Yes.
And now he's out, and you're trying to file for him, or he has a green card, or he's a citizen? What's going on?
No, he got a temporary green
He
card.
has a 2-year green card.
Yes, that was about 8 years ago.
Okay, I understand.
He's
But
married.
Is he
Yeah,
still with
he's
his
married.
wife? Is he still with his wife?
Yes.
Okay, so
But
what's the
she's-
problem?
Yes, the problem is this.
Besides the fact that
because of
obviously he
his
was in a mental institution, that's a problem in,
Yes,
and of
in
itself.
and out.
Okay.
He has been in and out for the last 7,
But
8
is the
years.
wife standing by him?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so then it's a real marriage. That's all that matters.
And they have a daughter also.
That's all that matters. It's a real marriage.
But the problem is this: he's due for an green card, another shot at green card. They gave him a interview for the 19th of February. The problem is this: because of his mental status, and he lost which was the only ID he had, picture ID, was updated Jamaican passport.
He needs the help of a lawyer. Hold on one second, okay? Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. All right, let's go to Francois in Alexandria, Virginia. Francois.
Hey, Brad.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Actually, I filed for my citizenship on September. I submitted my application on October 2017. On June 2018, I went for the interview. So I passed the English test, but the officer could not decide on the case.
Why?
He asked me to submit some documents because in the case I have my son that when I was filing for when I got the lottery, I didn't put him there because with the mom we were discussing about the paternity issue.
All right, so
when I went back home,
I think I spoke with you before. Maybe I spoke to somebody else who had a similar situation. So basically what they're saying is maybe there was fraud on your visa application because you didn't mention your child. That's where the issue is.
Yes, I didn't mention him.
And now all of a sudden this child is here. So you have to have good reasons for all of this. Now I will say this. Whether or not you mentioned your child on your visa lottery application would have absolutely no bearing on whether or not you got your green card or not. At zero bearing. So there would be no reason to say you have a child or don't have a child. It had no bearing on whether you were going to get the green card. What I would say is this. I don't want you to say any more online because there was some sort of misrepresentation. What I think, what I would do if I were you is I would like to see what you submitted to immigration to get your green card, what you submitted to citizenship, and see if there's some sort of logical reasoning behind all of this that you could explain it. But you're not going to explain it live on this show. We're going to figure it out in an attorney-client privilege conversation and then figure it out. So if you want, hold on one second. Let's go to Michael in Keenshaw, Georgia. Kennesaw, Georgia.
Hey, brother, what's up?
How are you?
I'm doing good. I see that they're pressuring our manhood on the program with that Fitbit penis thing. Oh, God, it's sad. It's very sad.
It's very, very sad, that Fitbit penis thing, right? Right? I'm trying to get Yonathan, but he doesn't want. He's not interested.
Jonathan, you need to get yourself one because they normally check us as meal. They check our duration if we're 5 minutes or we're 10 minutes. No, they're checking our ratio.
That's right. Yonathan, you can get one, and then you can report the results every week on Brad Show Live.
All right, if Brad Show Live runs it, I'll do it.
He can come on Hump Day every week and report his results. My thrusting has gone faster every week.
Thanks to my Fitbit. My thrusting is okay, guys.
Michael, what can we do to help you? What can we do to help you,
Yes,
Michael?
since I've been in America about 7 months now, but since I came up, I've been working.
Right.
Unauthorized. So I'm saying that in the future, when I get married, if that will have any problems.
No, go get married. No, I mean, obviously get married, but in a bona fide marriage. But the fact that you worked out of status or worked even illegally, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, that is not a reason to deny your green card. You tell the truth about your legal employment, and you'll be fine.
Oh, so just put the information on the form.
Correct. With one caveat.
Repeat?
With a caveat. Caveat means one exception. If you worked within your first 90 days, that would be a misrepresentation. So hopefully, hopefully that didn't happen. Okay, that would be a misrepresentation because then you came as a visitor, and if you started working the week after you came, then obviously you weren't coming to visit, you were coming to work. So that would be a reason for a denial, just like getting married in the first 90 days would be a reason for a denial. But if you started working more than 90 days after you came to America and you're married to a citizen, perfectly fine.
Oh, I'm good.
All right?
All right, thank you very
much. You're very welcome, Michael. Let's go to Jay in Fremont, California. Jay.
Hey, Brad, how are you?
How are you?
Hey, I have a quick question. I applied for green card using EB2 category, using cross-chargeability, and my wife is from Russia, and USCIS did schedule an interview in September, but 1 week before the interview, they sent a cancellation notice, and it's been more than 4 months. I still haven't heard back from them. So is it normal to not get any updates after that?
No, that's not normal. Something is amiss. I don't know what the reason is, but we can look into it. So hold on 1 second. Okay? Let's go to Cordine in Long Island. Cordine.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. This is my issue. Years ago, back in 1995, I married to my husband. He's my ex-husband now. We filed a petition. We never went to the interview because, we never went to the interview, so it was denied.
Okay.
Now, about 20 how much years later, my daughter petitioned for me. We went to the interview on the 23rd. The immigration officer said everything looks fine, except now I grandfathered into my husband, so because I came here without inspection, so that's the whole thing. That's bar that I would have to go back to Jamaica for 10 years or something. So I grandfathered into my husband, my ex-husband, from 1996.
Right.
What they told me now is that the lady said, well, I got to prove that marriage back in 1996 was bona fide.
Correct.
So she wants. Oh my God!
That's
20
correct.
years later.
Correct.
She
let me explain. Okay. You entered without inspection, and what the law says is that if you had a bona fide application properly filed with immigration prior to January 14th, 1998, or you were physically here on December 21st, 2000, and filed before April 30th, 2001, you are grandfathered, which means that it doesn't matter how you came here, you can pay a penalty fee and get your green card here. But you have to prove it was a real marriage, okay? That doesn't mean you have to prove beyond any reasonable doubt it's a real marriage, but you do have to present some evidence, something other than an application to say it was real. Maybe you have pictures with him. Maybe you have an old bank statement or an old tax return. Maybe you can get affidavits from people to say it was real. There's you just need some evidence to prove it was something legitimate.
That's why I'm calling you to just to see if this is okay. Because I went back. God only knows how I have these papers from 1996. But I actually found our 1995 tax return.
Good.
I also found some pictures. I found a few letters that was mailed to us, both of us together, from his parents. So you think that's enough? Because she was
I hope so. I mean, I wasn't there at the interview, but to me, you don't need to show. Had I gone to this interview, this was the Romeo. It just had to show that when we filed it, there was some legitimacy to this application.
Yes, and the bank statement, we did have a joint bank account, but I went to the bank and they don't have records because they don't have past 7 years. And I don't have any of that. But like I told you,
I would also take that stuff and also add affidavits from people.
Affidavits from people who knew me and him back then?
Correct.
Okay, how would the affidavit? Do I need to come to you with this, or it's something I could do?
I would come to me immediately, but the affidavit would say something like "Hi," not "Hi," but some sort. It could be in a letter
Dear
form.
Sir, Madam.
Yeah, it could be a letter form. It would say, "I, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias of 225 Broadway, 5th floor, New York, New York, 10007, do hereby swear and affirm that 1, I am a U.S. citizen. 2, I have attached a copy of my U.S. passport. 3, you may reach me at this telephone number and this address to ask me further questions about this affidavit. 4, I can confirm with that Cordine from Long Island, New York, was married to Groundhog Sam in 1995. I know this because I used to go and visit them at their home, and I remember watching lots of movies with them, or I remember going out to dinner with them. I swear under penalties of perjury that this is true. Something like that. I don't know. Something to that.
Wonderful. No, you know what? I'm thinking that it would probably be a good idea to see you. But how many of these affidavits? Because my very best friend for 20 how much years know all about it.
2 is better than 1. 4 is better than 2. 10 is better than 4. 50 is better than 10. The more, the better.
Okay. Well, I do. I can, get affidavit from a few people.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So you're gonna put me on hold and forget the information.
I'm gonna put you on hold, and Yonathan's working on his affidavit as we speak. No, he doesn't know. You're only kidding. All right, hold on one second.
Wow, that was interesting conversation about that.
You and Groundhog Sam were married. Hold on one second. Hold on. All right, let's go to Nicola in the Bronx. Nicola.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, good afternoon. My question is, my dad filed a I-130 petition for me, but I'm over the age of 21, and I overstayed my visa. So I had called immigration because I didn't know the procedure, so I was asking, what's the next step? When would I get to file my...
Stop calling immigration. They're going to give you the worst advice in the world. Trust me.
Yes, that's what someone told me.
So because when you call immigration, you're not speaking to actually an immigration officer. You're speaking to an outside company that's hired by the U.S. government to answer the telephone calls for the immigration service. And whatever advice they give you is generally wrong, but even wrong or right, whatever they give you, if it's wrong advice and you follow it, there's no fixing it. You can't say, well, I called immigration, they told me to do this. Well, you're screwed. It doesn't matter. There's no safe harbor because you followed immigration's advice. And most of the time they give you advice and it's wrong advice.
They told me that.
Right. So you overstayed your time. Your dad filed for you. You're either grandfathered in, which is what we talked about previously on the previous caller, maybe 2 or 3 calls before, or you're going to have to do what's called a provisional waiver. Go home and come back. It's going to be one of the other.
Right, that's what they told me. Right. I would have to go back.
But maybe you're grandfathered in. We don't know this. So hold on 1 second and make an appointment to come and see a good professional attorney like moi. Okay. With that, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias. With that.
We're
going to go to social media check-in in a little bit.
All right.
Okay. But first, I was recently on Al Arabiya News Channel, which is like an Al Jazeera thing.
Okay.
And I was interviewed about the do's and don'ts of social media as it pertains to immigration. I thought when I was on Al Arabiya News Channel, I gave really good, solid, intelligent advice.
Okay.
For anybody on social media, which is every human being who's watching this show at this very moment.
Yes.
Watch this, because these are the do's and don'ts about social media when you are somebody who was not born in the United States. It's really important to listen. Watch.
Brad Bernstein, lawyer and expert in American immigration laws. Welcome to Al Arabiya, sir.
Thank you very much, Talal.
Can you explain to our viewers how the modification of the Privacy Act system of records went into effect?
Well, it went into effect by executive order by Donald Trump. This is not a law by Congress. This is an edict by Donald Trump that says that if you apply for a visa, you apply for entry in the United States as a green card holder, as a visa holder, or as a naturalized U.S. citizen, The U.S. government is going to compile all of your social media handles, your photos, your likes, who your friends are, who you're associating with on social media, and use that as part of a determination whether or not to allow you into the United States of America.
And while you are in the United States of America, is this operation of collection of information continues?
It will be continuing, correct.
Is it for security reasons? And
well,
in the war against terror, I mean, if it was against the war against terror, some might argue it's justified.
Well, it's for two reasons. One, they're trying to prevent fraud. So, for example, if you're coming on a visitor's visa, they want to make sure you're truly coming to visit, you're not coming to work. If you're coming on a student visa, they want to make sure that you're coming to go to school and that you're going home. You're not coming here to get married to a U.S. citizen. It's also being used for security purposes. They want to make sure that the people who are coming into the United States are doing the right thing when they are here. They are not bad people. So they're going to be using your social media to look who you're interacting with, what you're liking, who you are talking to, and use that as a determination whether or not you are talking or liking things that you shouldn't be doing.
So let me ask you, do you feel this amendment of the law, the privacy law, making us secure here inside the United States?
Well, I'm not sure if it's making us more secure or not. We'll figure that out as we go along, because it's only been 3 or 4 days. But what it is doing is pitting one group against another. It's making people feel less secure in terms of what they're doing online. It's making people certainly a lot more anxious. And if I was a bad person, I would just not be giving much information about myself on social media. So really, what the government's going to be doing is looking at good people's social media who's going to say, oh, this doesn't apply to me. And if you're a bad person, you're just going to say, well, I'm just not going to go on social media anymore.
Okay. Who are the people who are going to be affected by this new amendment?
Every person who is applying for a visa at a U.S. consulate abroad. You apply for a visitor's visa, a student visa, a work visa. The government is going to ask you for all your social media handles. They are going to go look at your Facebook. They will be looking at your Instagram.
Do they ask you for your password and ID as well?
They may, but the U.S. government doesn't need it. They have the ability to go look at it anyway. Okay, so in this day and age, they don't need your passwords. If you think that you're going to make a photograph private, or you're going to like a private posting, if they wanted to, I'm not saying they're going to, but if they wanted to, they can pierce that and look at it.
And they can do that abroad.
They can do that abroad. It is Constitution of the United States only applies to people in the United States. So our rights to privacy do not expand beyond the borders of the United States.
How likely they will practice this against people abiding abroad?
Very likely. They intend to do it. They've been doing this since 2012. They've been doing it without an executive order being published. This is now by executive order. The President of the United States of America has ordered every person who's applying for a visa, has ordered the U.S. government to look at all of their social handles, all of their photos, what they're looking at, what they are liking. This is going to be happening on a broad scale.
Can you explain to me why there isn't much of a media fuss about the subject?
Well, I think there's not much of a media fuss yet because it hasn't affected the general American citizen. This is affecting people outside of the United States who are applying. This is affecting people at the airports. If you know anything about immigration law, when you are at the airport and you are showing your visa and waiting for that stamp, the U.S. Constitution does not apply until they let you through that airport, you get your luggage, and you walk out of the airport. Until then, you have no rights to privacy. And an American citizen who is born in the United States, this doesn't affect. It's affecting foreigners. It's affecting people with green cards and even naturalized U.S. citizens.
So people who are not originally Americans, they have other passports, and suddenly they go through the process of naturalization, obtain American citizenship, they will be subject to this.
They will be subject to this, and that's probably where this will be found illegal, because there is a Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution for unlawful search and seizure, for rights to privacy, and you're a naturalized U.S. citizen, you can't treat naturalized U.S. citizens any different than an American-born citizen. We both have the same passports.
They all have the same right, except, of course, for the
to become the President of the United States.
How about American citizens? who are born here, they're through and through American citizen for the last 200 years. And
people like myself.
Like people as your good self.
Right, okay.
But have dealings with immigrants or naturalized citizens or Arabs or Muslims. Are they subject to monitoring?
They're not subject to monitoring, but remember, this is the Department of Homeland Security. They cover a lot more than just the immigration. They cover security of the United States of America. So, for example, if I, as an American citizen, start corresponding by some social media handle with somebody who may be a bad person, and they get caught up applying for a visa as a bad person, and they see me corresponding, yes, it could come back and haunt me.
And they can monitor you as well.
Correct, correct.
If somebody hacked my Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter account and posted something negative, say, long live a terrorist or of some sort.
In your name.
In my name.
Right.
Now, when they collect this information, they don't tell me we are collecting this information about you. I don't know if they have this information recorded against me. How do I find out and explain to them, this was a hacking, this wasn't me?
Well, you can't find out. They have something called a Freedom of Information Act request, but you're not going to really get any information from that. And until you actually apply for something, whether you apply for a visa or a green card or your citizenship, or you have a problem coming to the airport, you're not going to know about it. And quite frankly, it's a big problem. How are they going to be able to sort this out? We don't know. You're going to have to deal with this on an individual basis as it's happening.
So I have to run to somebody like you.
Correct.
And I say, Brad, come and help me.
Correct.
Because this information they have is wrong.
Right. Now, Donald Trump, he doesn't like immigration lawyers, but he's keeping me in business with this.
Another problem. Now, with all this hacking going around the world, whether it's Chase Bank or whether it's the Defense Department or the DNC, what makes me feel comfortable that somebody like the Homeland Security have all my information and that it will not be hacked for whatever reason?
You should be extraordinarily uncomfortable. We've seen it even just recently with Equifax in the United States of America. Somebody hacked into Equifax and stole hundreds of millions of people's Social Security numbers. I have more trust in U.S. corporations for security of my information than I certainly do of the United States government. So I feel, as an American citizen, uncomfortable.
People in the Middle East trying to come over for visit, for education, for medical treatment, or whatever reason, tourism. If they want to obtain some information about the whole immigration system and its pitfalls, how do you advise them where to go, who to talk to?
Well, unfortunately, there's no one depository where you can be helped. You really got to go find a very good attorney who understands the ins and outs of the immigration process. If immigration was easy, we wouldn't exist as attorneys here. Trust me. You know, I do a show every day on Facebook at Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein. You can look it up at Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein. And I'm on at 9 a.m. and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, New York time, and I answer immigration questions for 1 straight hour.
We thank you, sir, for this interview, for all this important information that you explained to our viewers. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time.
All right, so obviously that was done a little while ago because we now on 5:30.
Right.
But nevertheless, still very important information.
And they loved it.
Yeah. Let's get to social media check-in.
All right, we have our first one from Lexi and Tringo Foster on YouTube. Hey, Brad, here's my question. After finishing a visa interview as a F2A filler or filer.
Filipino?
I don't know. Okay, and received the passport, do I have to pay the green card outside of the U.S.?
You can pay it when you get in, but you're not going to get the green card until you pay for it. So pay for it as quickly as possible.
All right. Ali Boo Beecher says, asking for Ali Boo, when filing your adjustment of status, does your citizen spouse sign everything except the I-130A?
Your citizen spouse, was this for the adjustment?
This is an adjustment of status, yes.
Yes, the answer is yes.
All right. Allison Small on YouTube says, hey, Brad, my question is to you. I am married to a U.S. citizen and I was abused by him, so we are no longer together. He never filed for me, so I filed a VAWA case, but I have a problem. I don't have his citizenship.
It's okay. They'll look it up. File anyway.
Okay. Tony Khalil on YouTube says, how long will immigration take to make decisions after my green card interview I-485 in Newark, New Jersey?
Anywhere from 30 days to 300 years.
What?
I don't know. I don't have a magic ball. What do I know how long it's going to take? It takes forever sometimes.
Oh, okay. So there's no way to...
No way to know.
Okay.
Everybody's different.
All right. Mariama on YouTube says, how long will it take for a green card holder to file for her kids under 21? Can she apply for her stepkids as well? I have to ask this questions before, or I have asked this questions before, but no answer. So thank you for your help.
About 2.5 years. You could also file for your stepchildren as well, as long as the marriage happened before 18.
All right. I'm just going to remind everybody, share right now, because of course this is how you guys can get your questions answered. Roseanne on YouTube says, I have my parole and I just renewed it. I applied for a VAWA and I want to travel to my country. Is there a risk? Don't let me come back, for them to not let me come back?
If you stay for 12 months, you won't come back. But if you go for 2 weeks, 3 weeks max, it's not a problem.
All right, Donna Hall. Can a born American who's on Section 8 file for their Jamaican husband? Thank you, Brad.
Yes, but you're probably going to need a second affidavit of support.
All right. Naveed on YouTube says, hey, my friend's wife is a green card holder from 2 years, filed for him an I-130. His priority date is December 2020. Are there any options for him to stay legal in the U.S. after his F1 EAD ends in January 2020, or does he have to go back home?
What happened? What?
His friend's wife is a green card holder for 2 years, and he filed for his I-130.
You would have to go home. You can't overstay.
There's no way to stay.
No way to stay.
All right. Conan says, I applied for my AOS EAD, Advanced Parole, EB3, and schedules for biometrics on February 7th, 2019. When can I receive my EAD and expected timeline to start working in the U.S.?
About 5 months from the time you file.
Okay. Diana Moore, if a person comes here on another person's name, can they get a green card if they married a U.S. citizen?
Yes, but you would need a waiver. It's misrepresentation.
Yeah. So, and they could still get it?
With a waiver, yes.
Wow. But isn't that illegal?
Yes. Well, they have a waiver.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying you're going to get it. There is a pathway to get it.
Got you. All right. Monica says, I'm a green card holder. My green card got lost, but I'm eligible for my citizenship. Can I go ahead and apply for my citizenship without my green card?
Yeah, you don't need your green card. They have your information.
All right.
Chickadee?
Chickadibia? Chickadibia.
Chickadubaya.
Chickadubaya.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Okay. Well, that was pretty good, though.
Thank you.
All right. Please, sir, I filed to remove my conditioned green card. They gave me a year's extension, and 1 year has ended, and they gave me another 1 year to wait. Please, sir, my question is this. Can I go ahead and get my citizenship while waiting?
As long as you're in a bona fide marriage with your spouse, yeah, file your citizenship.
Okay. Kajilia?
Kajila? Kajila?
Kajilia. Kajilia.
Jessica Leamy?
No. Mackenzie. It's her last name. So I'm going to call you Mackenzie.
Okay.
All right. I have some questions. How much is it for the adjustment of status? And do you have to separate, do I have to do a separate one for my daughter? When filing the adjustment of status, I know that I have to, I know I'm to do the work permit, Social Security, and travel document. How long is the wait time, and do I have to pay for the others when filing the AOS?
You got to pay everything at one time. It's $1,760. That covers your I-131 advanced parole, your I-765 green card, your I-130 visa petition, and the I-45 adjustment.
Okay.
Your Social Security you don't pay for, but you take care of that after you get your work permit. Your daughter is a different fee, a separate adjustment application, and that fee would depend on her age.
All right. Damian James says, can having 2 acts of moral turpitude before you get your green card prevent you from having your citizenship? USCIS was aware of these acts before issuing the green card.
if you had 2 crimes of moral turpitude before you got your green card and immigration was aware of it, you either got your green card unlawfully or immigration made a mistake or you got a waiver. If it was unlawfully or immigration made a mistake, you got a problem filing your citizenship because 2 crimes of moral turpitude prevents you from getting a green card. If it was done with a waiver, not a problem. You got a waiver.
Denise Malcolm says, "Hey Brad, can you extend your time if there's an emergency in the U.S. and they stamped your book to travel a certain time?"
Yes, you can apply for an extension of your tourist visa.
Chevy Collins says, "Is it a waste of time to file the I-160A if your spouse is waiting for an N-400 interview? Will he become a citizen before it is approved?"
The I-160.
I-160A, is it a waste of time
I don't
to
even know
file
what an
that?
I-160A is.
Maybe it's the I-130A?
I-130.
Probably.
Okay.
Well, look at me.
Maybe, yes. Oh, yeah, it's a waste of time to file the I-130, wait for your husband to become a citizen, then do the adjustment all at one time.
I'm good after
You're
that.
good.
I'm good.
This is the man who said, "I can't do this show. I don't know anything about immigration."
The first thing that brought me
That's right.
to this show, I was
Right,
like,
you're "I can't do this. I don't know
what do
anything
you
about
mean?
immigration."
No. Talk about Kim Kardashian, then I got you.
Yeah.
All right, Princess Black has a question on YouTube. Question is, if your adjustment expires before your green card comes, do you have to file for it over again?
Your adjustment expires?
Yeah, it says your adjustment expires.
There's no such thing as expired adjustment. It was either approved or denied. I'm not sure what he means by expired.
Before your green card comes, do you have to file for it over again?
You were either approved for an adjustment, and if you were, you get a green card, or you were denied, then you would have to file again. There's no such thing as expired adjustments.
Okay. Marge Higgs asks, is your priority date the date you filed of the date you get your receipt?
It's the date immigration receives your application.
Martin Stephenson on YouTube says, if I was detained but wasn't charged in Jamaica, would I have to disclose that?
If you were arrested and you were in
Jamaica
and there's a police report, you disclose it, and there were no charges brought against you because you never want to be caught in a lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Edith says, how long does it take for a visa center to write to you after you've been approved?
About 8 weeks.
All right. So Martin Stephenson has a follow-up. He says that I got my police record with me and it came back clean. So for, talking about...
so then forget it then. This clean record means it's a clean record. There's no record.
But do you still disclose
that?
No,
because there was never an arrest then.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go.
All right. So, I mean, maybe you were stopped by the police, but you were never formally arrested, so it was fine.
Okay. So now I have another. Kingdom Mindset says, can ICE deport me or detain me while my asylum case is pending because they called me for an appointment to review after my first MCH?
You cannot be deported until an immigration judge orders you deported.
Okay. All right. Ronnie has a question. Hi, I have a friend. She overstayed after that she got married with a U.S. citizen. Can she also file for a work permit, and how long will it take for both petitions?
What's the first petition?
I guess filing for the extension. Wait, no, she overstayed and got married to a U.S. citizen. So
she can file the adjustment. It's fine.
Okay.
Get a green card here in America. Is that the question?
Can she also file for a work permit?
Yes.
And
how long?
It's
about 5 months. You would file an I-45, an I-130, I-130A, the I-765, which is the work permit, the I-131 travel document, the I-864 affidavit of support with $1,760.
All right. Denise Malcolm says, so Brad, where should I file the extension and how long will it take? What if that passed that I need to travel?
What extension is she talking about?
This was a couple ones back.
I don't know what extension she's talking about.
She was talking about the emergency for staying in the U.S. They stamped the book to travel a certain time. So you said to file an extension?
Yeah.
So now she's asking...
What?
She is asking where should she file the extension and how long will it take to get it?
I don't know what she has. So if she has already some sort of deferred enforced departure, you would file it directly with the local immigration office. If you're here on a tourist visa and want an extension, you file it with the service center on an I-120. On an I-539. I'm not sure what your status is now, so I can't tell you. All I know is whatever status you have, if there's an emergency, you can always file for an extension of whatever particular status you're in. If you want specific, I need to know more, make a consultation.
Make a consultation. All right, Kingdom Mindset says, my fiance and I are going to get married, but my asylum case is pending before the IJ. Can I dismiss the asylum case after being married?
You can go and file an I-130 now. You would need to get it approved, and then go before the immigration judge, show the approved I-130, and then terminate the removal, because right now you have to get what's called a bona fide marriage exemption. You got to prove it's a real marriage before they do terminate your deportation.
All right, Brian on YouTube says, good evening, Brad. If you get locked up for 3 years and deported for a loaded gun, can you come back to the States?
Maybe in 15 years down the line, yes.
Okay. Nicola on YouTube says, hey, you all, my name is Gosha. My son is an American citizen and I get food stamps and Social Security for him. Will that affect me if I'm filing for a green card?
Your son is a U.S. citizen. He's entitled to it, so it shouldn't affect you.
All right. Questions for You TV on YouTube.
Okay.
That's their name.
UTV?
Huh? Questions for You TV.
Okay.
That's what their name
That's
is.
That's the name is.
I was married, got divorced, and filed an I-751 form as a divorced man, but I am remarried. I got arrested with my new wife in 2014. The court automatically expunged mine. Should I be worried?
He has an I-751 pending, but as long as the case was dismissed, he shouldn't worry.
All right.
I assume that was the question.
I think that's what it was as well. Adrian on YouTube, Adrian Barrington. I started working the very day I came to the U.S. on a visitor's visa. Can I get a waiver for my misrepresentation?
If you're married to a U.S. citizen or a resident, or you have a parent who's a U.S. citizen or resident, the answer is yes.
Okay, and which waiver?
An I-601.
Okay. Suzia Barnes says, since my father, who's a citizen, filed for me over 3 years now and not yet received the approval, I'm 35 years old and my son is filing, who is now 15. How long does this take? I'm currently on an H-2B visa.
Who's filing for who?
So the dad filed, who's a citizen, filed for her over 3 years ago and not received an approval.
Okay, she needs to come in and do what's called the mandamus action. You're actually going to hear a lot about that on my show in the next few days.
Ah, call in.
Okay, because the reason is this. If you're a U.S. citizen, let me make this clear. Okay, if you're a U.S. citizen and you're filing for your spouse, or you're a U.S. citizen and you're filing for your child under 21, or you're a U.S. citizen and you're filing for your parent, those are what's called immediate relative petitions. Immediate relative petitions means there's no waiting list, there's no quota. If there's 1 million U.S. citizens who want to file for their spouse, that's 1 million applications that should be immediately approved. Immediate relative. If there's 3 million U.S. citizens filing for their children under 21, they are immediate relatives. Those petitions should be immediately approved. What does it take to approve an I-130? It's a very simple thing. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. Here's proof of citizenship of my spouse. Here's proof that I'm a foreigner. End of story. It should take 15 minutes to look at this. So anybody who's waiting more than 6-9 months, and you're going to hear about this because it's happening everywhere, Donald Trump has specifically slowed down immigration. So although he hasn't been able to change the law, he slows down applications so he frustrates people's objectives of being reunified with their family. So what do? You sue the government. You file a mandamus. Now people say, oh, I don't want to sue the government. They're going to deny me. No, they won't. They won't. They're scared of lawsuits. They are scared of them. I see it time and time again. You're going to hear about it a lot. If you're waiting more than 6 months, 9 months, and you're filed an immediate relative petition, you don't have it approved, you should be coming and seeing me immediately.
Okay, but she's 35 years old, so does that matter?
Who's 35?
The lady is 35. Her father is filing for her.
Yes, that matters.
Yeah, exactly, because I hear you say that.
Right. Okay.
Under 21.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that. I heard 15-year-old.
Her son, and her son is on the filing who's now 15.
Okay, so everything I said does not pertain to her, but it's still important for the people who I
Right.
said it to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
what pertains to her then?
pertains to her is she has a priority date. And I think Marge Higgs or somebody asked, what is your priority date? The priority date is the day in which your application is received by the Immigration Service. Whether, because you are not an immediate relative, you are a quota relative. You are a child over the age of 21 of a U.S. citizen, there's a quotas on them. Your date on the waiting list, and the waiting list is, think about it as a line. You're on line for a green card. Your place on line for the green card is the date in which the application is filed. You don't lose any time because it takes them 3 years to approve it, 5 years to approve it, or 5 months to approve it. Your place is still on line based on the day that you filed. It's called your priority date. It takes about 7 years to move all the way from the back of the line to the front of the line to get your green card. As long as that I-130 is approved before you get to the front of the line, that's all that matters.
All right. Stillo on YouTube says, I'm a U.S. citizen and I would like to know if I filed for my mom to come and visit, is it easier than filing a green card holder for her?
You can't file for your mom to visit. Your mom files her own visitor's visa. You should file, if you're a U.S. citizen, file for your mom to get a green card.
All right. Princess Black on YouTube says, but the person didn't get the interview from 3/13/2017 filing until now for the green card, even though they have a card number. So.
What is the question?
So I think this.
By the way, I want you to know, Dawn Harriet giving you a lot of props. Yo-Yo's doing a good job tonight.
Oh.
Yes, very, very good job.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm all alone here.
Yeah. The guy answering the question? Who cares? But the guy asking the question, he's doing a great job. The guy who's asking the question, I've never heard such good questions asked in my life. The answer's but the questions being asked are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so this question goes back from Princess Black when she asked if your adjustment expires before your green card, do you have to file it over again?
I never heard, I don't know what you mean. There's no such thing as adjustment expiring.
Right, so.
You're either your adjustment is pending, your adjustment got approved. Pending means there's no decision. And the only two decisions that could happen are I got approved or I got denied.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got denied, yes, you got to refile again. But there's no such thing as expired.
Right. All right. This is Chika Dabia again.
Chika Dabia.
Yes, I want to know, I'm not sure if this is the same question, but he says, please, sir, I filed to remove my conditioned green card. They gave me a year's extension and 1 year has already ended. So I think this is the same question I asked. The question is, can you go ahead and file for the citizenship?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Adam Smith on YouTube says, what is the total fees for green card? My wife is a U.S. citizen. I came with a visa.
$1,760.
Jermaine Williams says, I got married in July 2015, filed my papers in October, got my conditional green card in August of 2016. When am I eligible for citizenship?
August 2019.
All right. So just 3 years?
3 years.
All right. Nads on YouTube says, I filed for my husband. We went to AOS interview December 13, 2018. The case is being held for review. No response so far. Should we be worried?
Well, I don't know. Is it a real marriage? What happened at the interview? I don't know. Come see me, and then we can talk about whether you should be worried or not.
All right. Martin Stevenson says, what if I got arrested and charged and the case was disposed of assault, but the record came back clean?
What do you mean expunged? If the record came back clean, you have no record. If you have a record, you have a record. If you don't, you don't. It's what's on the paperwork.
So they shouldn't be worried about anything.
Well, unless he feels the paperwork is wrong and he was found guilty of something. I don't know,
Right.
but I go based on what I see on paper.
Right.
People come in and say, I wasn't convicted. Well, yes, you were. It says it right here.
Right. This is the one that he was talking about. He was detained but wasn't charged in Jamaica.
Then he has a police clearance,
Mm-hmm.
which means he was detained but never formally arrested. In other words, you're walking down the street and I'm a cop and I see Yo-Yo,
Mm-hmm.
okay, who looks like, he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe just the skin color, right?
Happened before.
Happened before, right?
Yep.
What is this black guy doing in my white neighborhood, right?
Right.
So the cop comes over. I'm the cop. I said, what are you doing in my neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
Say, I'm just walking here. I'm visiting my friend Brad.
Yeah.
Or I'm visiting Kimmy. Or Jilly. Or Pat Rice.
Right.
Right? Or anybody.
Right.
They're just cops talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't formally arrest you, then it's
Right.
fine. That's what happened, I
And
think.
he doesn't have to disclose this.
No. Every time a cop talks to you doesn't mean you have to disclose it. Now, if I say, yo, you're arrested, and I put handcuffs on you, and you're coming down, and I'm charging you with a crime, that's a different story.
Right. All right. Tony Khalil on YouTube says, I did my green card interview I-485 10 months ago. No decision made. What can I do?
File a mandamus action if there's no decision. We talk about it. We're going to talk about it time and time and time and time
You were
again.
saying that. Yes, you
right.
were saying that.
By the way, Brad, Denise wants you to answer slowly. Who's Denise? Slowly. What do you do at a yellow light?
Yield.
Slow down.
I feel like
you slow down at a yellow light.
I think you're doing
so. Just
great.
Somebody just say yellow light.
Yellow light.
I
think you're doing great because we have a lot of questions to be answered.
I'm trying to answer
and
as
if
many
you really
as I
want
can.
it that slow, then you should call in and come in
That's
for a consultation.
correct.
All right. Andrew Ricardo Thomas says, if I rescheduled my interview because I moved to a different state, would that affect my case?
Yes, you're going to the back of the line in that state.
Woo!
Woo!
Damn!
Damn! It's
Oh,
a damn.
yeah. You better wait your butt.
That's right. You stay right where you are.
Stay right where you are. Dwight Drummond, unless you're in Chicago, get out.
Get out. It's cold as hell there.
Cold and yeah.
Santa Claus is getting out of Chicago.
Right.
Right. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He
Ain't
said
trying to
he ain't stepping foot in Chicago.
Dwight Drummond says, Brad, I filed for my I-751
You know how cold
waiver.
it is in Chicago? The polar bears are moving down south. Moving south.
Chicago had polar bears?
No, but if they did, they would be moving south.
The ones in the zoo.
Yes.
Brad, I filed for my I-751 waiver from last year, February, and my case is still pending in the local office. What should I do?
It's taking almost 2 years now for those.
Ah, all right. Okay, Dwight says, it's been 5 years now since I've had my green card and I did not get the 10 years. Does that make sense?
5 years since he got his green card, he doesn't have a 10-year. Unless his case has been pending for 3 years for the I-751, then you should come see me because that's way too long.
All right, questions for you, TV said, I was told for an I-751 as a divorced man to prove my first marriage was bona fide. I'm remarried to a U.S. citizen. We have a son and a daughter on the way. Was there an easier way we could have done this?
No, you have to go through the I-751 process first. If it gets approved, great. If not, you just refile again based on the second marriage.
Charmaine Hayes on YouTube says, hey, Brad, my friend was locked up for 3 years and then deported for a DUI, controlled substance, marijuana, and a loaded gun. Can he come back to the States? It's a lot.
Loaded gun. You can't come back with a loaded gun. You can try to file for a green card and a waiver from the deportation and the loaded gun.
But
Lisa Bling Rose wants to know what happened to David Moreno. He's around. I'll bring him back on.
She liked him.
She liked him. He's a handsome man.
Okay. Well, we ain't giving you enough.
Yeah, I want you to know. Every time I go out with David Moreno, out for to a bar or drinks, he always has women. And then I feel so inadequate, next to him. It's always women.
Really?
And I'm like, what about me? I'm like, sorry.
He probably calls them over just to make them look
nobody
good.
says,
Look, he probably calls the girls he knows.
So I just sit there and I just watch in amazement.
Okay, sure. So how about, you said the DUI and the loaded gun, but how about the controlled substance and marijuana?
Controlled substance, you can't come back.
And marijuana, you can't. Because I know about drugs, you can't.
Drugs, a no-no.
See, I knew that.
You know this stuff.
I'm learning, man.
Yeah,
I'm
you
learning.
know this stuff. Yes, it's called Brad University.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, Brad University.
Brad University.
And I'm passing with flying colors.
That's right.
All right.
You're on honor roll.
Yeah. Woo!
Yo, you're on the honor roll. You're on the
Brad's
dean's list. You're on Brad's list.
Yeah. That's the dean's list. I want to be on Brad's list. All right. Kajella McKenzie says, what if when you filed the I-130 and your husband's status changed to citizenship, how long should that take?
So you want to file the adjustment after it becomes a citizen. It's going to take about 12 months on the short end and 24 months on the long end. I have to think that through for a second. Not because I didn't know the answer. I couldn't figure out what she was asking.
Okay.
Right, but now I got it.
Okay, got you. All right, Rona Lawrence says, filed for my citizenship in September of 2017. Didn't get an interview yet. Should I be worried?
December 2017?
Mm-hmm. Filed for the citizenship.
It's been about 14 months. I would come and file a mandamus now.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Denise Malcolm says, Brad, the lady was pregnant but had the baby a couple of days ago, so they stamped in her passport that she has to travel back next month to have her baby. But he came before that time, but the problem is the baby has complications, and I won't get the passport and Social Security in time by February 20th. So I wanted to know where's the better place to file for an extension. Brad, I would really appreciate if you answered this slowly.
You need to come.
Slow. This is the Denise.
Okay, you
not that
need to have a consultation. Why? You can't give birth on a visitor's visa, even if complications came early. You have to explain everything really properly. They do not give benefits to people who give birth here. You need a lawyer.
You need a lawyer.
Slowly. Okay, next.
All right.
We're done with
pretty
that.
good.
Thank you.
Princess Black says the adjustment approved, but my question is why no interview all now from 3/13/2017, but they have a card number on the I-130.
I don't know, but we can get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, Princess Black, you just need to call in, baby.
All right, you're asking me why immigration's making mistakes. I don't know, but we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, you need Brad on
Yes.
that one, all right? La Lumiere. I like that. La Lumiere.
Yes.
Hello, I got my green card on December 4th, 2014. When can I apply for my naturalization?
3 months before December 4th, 2019. So that would be September.
Okay.
October, November, December. Yeah, September 15th, call it.
All right. Rochelle D on YouTube says, hey, Brad, my husband filed my AOS from May 2018. He's a citizen. Did my biometrics in June. Since July, I have been waiting for my interview date. Do you think that this waiting is too long?
When did it start? When did he file?
They filed May 2018. He's a citizen. Did the biometric in June.
He's filing for his citizenship.
Filed the AOS.
Adjustment of status since May of 2018. Do I think it's too long?
The biometrics was in June.
And he hasn't gotten his work permit?
They're still waiting for the interview date.
Oh, that's only 6-8 months. Wait 1 year and then call me and I'll tell you it's too long.
All right. Stilo says, does someone file separately for his or her parents' green card? If yes, how much is it going to cost?
You file separately for both mom and dad. So if mom and dad are in a different country, you're paying $535 each for the I-130. If they are here in the United States, you're paying $1,760 for each of them.
All right. Adam Smith, how long will it take to get the work permit after you apply?
5 months, Mr. Smith.
And
5 months.
And this is if you're married to a U.S.
Right,
citizen.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It was a movie.
I know.
One of my favorites.
I love that movie.
I love that movie
With
too.
Angelina Jolie
and Brad Pitt.
Isn't that when they started dating?
That's when they started dating.
He got in that.
Yes, they were undercover
that was
agents.
An amazing movie. Amazing.
Yes.
Just sexy and entertaining.
There's nothing better than watching two good-looking people shoot up the place.
And
in car
have
chases.
aggressive sex.
And have aggressive sex.
Yes. Salman Tariq
yes.
on YouTube says, haven't received my biometric appointment for I-751 waiver after receiving the 18 months extension 6 months ago. USCIS hasn't informed that they have used the old biometric already. Is this normal?
As long as you have the extension, everything is normal.
All right, and that is it.
There we have it.
Social media check-in.
There it is. Now, the ghost of Belgium Kim, because she is not here.
Okay.
Belgium Kim's ghost was put out on the street today. Not today, the other day, because it's too cold today.
Right.
Okay.
You wouldn't make her do that,
I
right?
sent her out to do a Bradified Marriage.
Ooh.
To test a couple on the street, a random couple on the street, if they would pass an immigration interview based on a bona fide marriage. We call it the Bradified Marriage here.
Yeah.
Now, this time she found a Scottish couple vacationing on their honeymoon. A real couple on their honeymoon.
Wow.
They should know everything about each other.
Right.
Let's watch.
Hey Brad Squad, it's Belgium Kim, and today we are back out on the streets looking for one lucky couple to take the Bradified Marriage test. We're gonna be asking this unassuming and completely unprepared couple questions from the USCIS Stokes interview. That's the interview that determines whether or not a couple is in a bona fide relationship for immigration purposes. These questions are a lot harder than people think, and I'm not so sure that people are going to do as well as they think they are. Let's check it out. Hey Brad Squad, we are here. We have found our unassuming, unsuspecting couple, Jen and Mark, who got married last week. Hey Jen and Mark. What's that handshake? I want to see that handshake really bit. Oh, there's a little back situation. That's amazing. Okay, Mark, we are going to dismiss you real quick. Thank you very much. And Jen, first round of questions. Okay. Jen, first question. Who cleans the house?
Oh, we both do that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Team effort.
Is there a division of labor? Like, do you do kitchen, he does bathroom? Is it?
No, we're pretty good. Team effort.
Great first answer. Who cleans the house?
Jen.
You sure?
Jen cleans the house more than I do, although I do a little bit. She'll say me. She'll say me.
She'll say you?
Yeah. No, she'll say herself. Sorry.
Okay, so if she had to pick one, she would be like, I definitely do.
Yes, she would. Absolutely. Yeah.
Got it. At your front door, do you have any kind of mat?
Yes.
What does it look like?
It's just a plain brown mat at the front door. That's it.
No words, no lettering, no frou-frou, nothing.
No.
Okay. You think Mark's gonna get that right?
Yeah, he should do.
Okay. Do you guys have a mat on your at your front door?
Yes, we do have a mat at our front door.
What does it look like?
It's kind of a brown coir mat.
Nothing, no frou-frous, no writing, no nothing on it?
Just plain.
Okay. Who sets the alarm clock for the next morning?
Ooh, Mark.
Every single time?
Yeah, usually Mark, yeah.
Cut. Who sets the alarm clock to get up the next morning?
I normally set an alarm on my phone, but Jen also has an alarm on her phone.
Okay.
So we probably both do, but on holiday at the moment, I am doing the alarm. So
Okay, that's fair.
under Jen's instruction, obviously. So.
Obviously. Yeah. Well, you are going to be a happily married man, sir. You are very skillfully and tactfully answering these. What's your favorite color?
Yellow.
What is Mark's favorite color?
Brown.
What's Jen's favorite color?
Oh my goodness. Jen's favorite color is yellow.
Okay. Mark, what's your favorite color? You seem more confused.
That's more difficult. My favorite color is probably blue or black.
Okay, blue or black. Blue or black, perfect. How many televisions do you guys have in your house?
3?
Is that a final answer?
I think there are some boxed away, but I don't know about. I was saying 3.
How many televisions do you guys have in your house?
We have 4 televisions in the house.
4?
Yep.
4 televisions in the house. Where did you guys go on your first trip together? And how long did it last?
Ooh, we went for a night away by a loch in the west of Scotland. We live in Edinburgh, so for our first night away together, we went and stayed over by a loch in the west of Scotland.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
And how long did that last?
That was just one night.
One night. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went to a hotel up in the middle of Scotland somewhere called, can't remember, but we spent a weekend there. It was lovely.
How many nights did you stay?
2, I think.
What was the last restaurant you guys went to? Just the 2 of you.
We just had lunch.
Okay, where was that?
Rio was in a restaurant in Little Italy. Just, I don't know what the name of the place was. An Italian restaurant, anyway, in Little Italy.
Okay. What was the name of the last restaurant that the 2 of you went?
Oh my goodness, it was last night. last restaurant we went to was on 2nd Avenue. I can't remember its name. I'm afraid it was a fish restaurant, but I can't remember the name.
Delightful. When was the last time that you either got or gave flowers?
I definitely think it was I don't know the exact date, but the last time that Mark gave me flowers was probably a couple of weeks into December. So just a few weeks ago, he gave me a bunch of yellow roses.
Because he knows your favorite, so he should know the color then. When is the last time that you either got or gave flowers?
Oh my goodness, I think I gave Jen some flowers probably about a month ago, I think. Although we did get little flowers for our wedding day.
Wedding day does not count. Wedding day does not count. No.
Yeah, so probably about a month ago, and I gave Jen a bouquet of flowers.
What was the bouquet?
It was probably yellow, which is her favorite color. It was probably yellow roses, I think.
Okay, perfect. Mark, how do you feel like you did?
I'm not too sure. Hopefully okay, yeah, hopefully.
All right, let's bring Jen back and find out. Mark, who cleans the house?
We both do.
That's what I said, isn't it? We both do.
You said Jen. You literally just said Jen. You said you pitch it a little bit, but Jen would definitely say Jen.
Yes, sir.
You have a mat at your front door, and what does it look like?
Just plain mat, nothing written on it at the front door.
Yes, it's...
Mark said exactly the same thing. We know what the mat looks like. Love that. Who sets the alarm every morning, Jen?
Mark sets the alarm every morning.
I said me, but we both sometimes do.
Yeah. So I think Mark's answer was very acceptable. He's like, right now we're on holiday. So I said it, but because Jen tells me to, he's very good. He's very tactful. Jen, what's Mark's favorite color?
I said Mark's favorite color is brown.
I said blue or black.
Oh, damn it.
Do you have any kind of affinity for brown, Mark?
I guess so.
None at all.
Really?
I don't know why I said that.
It's okay.
It's such a weird color to pick as a favorite color, too.
Here's this guy.
What is Jen's favorite color, Mark?
Yellow.
It's yellow. Well done. How many televisions are in your house?
I said 3.
I said 4.
Let's count them.
Lounge, bedroom, and then two in the study.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Wait, where are we confused about the 2 with the study?
One gets used as a computer screen, but it's actually a television. Oh, my splitting hairs.
But this is why we have to do this, you guys, because that's actually a fair question. See, in an immigration interview, you would have to ask, like, well, wait, is it the kind that you use as a monitor or the kind that you use as a TV? What was the first trip that you guys went on, and how long did it last? Jen?
I said we went away for one night together in a loch. Did you say Chester? Was it 2 nights? I thought it was 1.
Oh, it was 2 nights? Yes. So it was 2 nights, but it was in Scotland.
Yes. Yeah.
Delightful, you guys. That's adorable. What's the last restaurant the 2 of you went to?
And I said the one a couple of hours ago. Little Italy.
Yeah. I said the one on 2nd Avenue last night. I think, well, we just come from lunch, haven't we?
That was a nice one, yeah.
When is the last time that you got or gave flowers? Now, you agreed on the fact that Jen received the flowers. Jen, when did you receive the flowers?
At the start of December, I received some yellow roses.
Said the same thing. He said the same thing. You guys, you are newlyweds. You did an amazing job. It wouldn't have been quite good enough, I think, for an immigration interview, but you guys did an amazing job. I have to know, how long have you guys been together before the wedding?
Just 4.5 years.
4 years, yeah.
Well, you guys, you did a pretty great job, honestly. Other than the TV situation, we forgot that restaurant. That lunch was a restaurant too, but it's okay. Thank you so much for playing. I wish you guys all the best on your honeymoon. Enjoy. How many days do we have left on the honeymoon?
Oh, we're going home Sunday, yeah.
Oh, we're dwindling down. What a great last couple days. Thank you so much for stopping, you guys, and all the best on your wedding.
Thank you so much.
All right, Brad Squad, I think it's safe to say that our newlyweds failed our version of the newlyweds game. Their marriage would probably not have been bradified. But that's okay because they're still on their honeymoon. So I guess they're the real winners anyway. Anyway, Brad Squad, you always know that if you're about to go through a Stokes interview, you need to study and be prepared. So if you need help, make sure to call Spar and Bernstein to get some help with it. Until next time, Brad Squad, see ya. If you want us to send you a link, you can include your email.
Cool, I'll do that.
Perfect, and we need one for each of you.
I haven't practiced my new signature.
Oh, that's adorable already! Oh,
that's adorable. Sign that.
How is that gonna look? Oh, that's exciting. She's gonna take the glove off. Yeah.
No idea what this is gonna be like. And my fingers don't work.
Yeah, blame it on the fingers.
All right, so first time she was signing her married name, which was very cute.
Awesome.
And I love Kim shouting out Spar and Bernstein.
Yeah.
But Kim said to them, "Oh, you did a great job." And then when they're not around, she goes, "Brad Squad, they failed. They failed miserably." I'm like, wait, didn't she just tell them they did a great job?
Make them feel good, man. Just make them feel good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know, and there it goes to show you, Yonathan. I mean, people who have 4.5, she's like, "Oh, how long have you been going?" She said, "Oh, only 4.5 years." 4.5 years, and they would have failed miserably.
Yeah. I mean, you even said, though, like, over half of the married couples, like American citizens, would fail.
Absolutely.
Like, it's really difficult.
All right, comments of the day, Yonathan. Comments of the day.
I'm doing everything on my own today. Yes, I'm doing it all. All right, our first comment of the day. This is talking about your interview. A lot of people liked your interview, by the way. Christine Bennett on Facebook says, "This is very informative, Brad. Thank you."
You're welcome.
Nice.
You're welcome.
That's really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. We have another one about the interview. Now this is
what happened to the drum?
Yeah, it's going. I hear it.
No, I just heard. I heard it was more like a. Brr.
No, it was good.
You like a full drum roll.
Okay, give me a little bit
full drum
more.
roll.
Give me a little bit more.
There you go.
Tonette So Blessed Robinson said, "Brad, you look so dapper in this interview."
I did.
You did. Remember I said that too.
Yeah, I'm a little heavier now, so I got to lose the weight.
Are you?
Yeah, I was just looking. I said, you know what? I should lose like 5. I was like probably 5 pounds lighter there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you looked good too.
And I had a tie on.
You did. You did. Have,
5
that
pounds
was
lighter
sitting high,
and a
too.
tie. That's all I need to be dapper.
Yeah.
5 pounds and a tie.
And a good clean shaven
And a good
face.
clean. Yeah, I didn't shave today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lady Leah says, "Yes, I'm glad the Brad Show is on. Perfect combination with my hot chocolate to keep me warm." Ooh,
I like that hot chocolate.
I like that.
Ah,
Yeah,
hot chocolate to
hot
keep me
chocolate.
warm. I like how you say it.
Yeah. Why? Because I'm hot chocolate?
No, I just like how you say it. She's just drinking hot chocolate. You go, hot chocolate.
I feel like that's how she.
That's how she was trying to. Yeah, you're reading her tone.
I am reading her tone.
You have no idea what tone. She could just be like, "I'm just drinking hot chocolate."
You
gave her that tone, right?
That's how I felt.
Right,
I felt
right.
nice and cozy.
You gave her that tone.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
We have one from Acid Lindo on Facebook. Said, "Ain't no snowy day, ain't no rainy skies can keep me away from Brad,
That's
Kimmy,
right.
Jonathan, and my squad, especially
right.
on Hump Day."
On Hump Day.
Oh, I like that
one.
I like that.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we have Lisa Bling Rose on Facebook said, "Uncle Brad teaches us so much about immigration. The more we live, the more we learn. That is why we must share the show."
There you go, Lisa. There you go.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hump Day is now officially over.
Give them a good hump.
Hump to hump. We'll see you tomorrow. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465.